This is CNN Breaking News.
Good morning. Welcome to your new day. Allison is off. Poppy Harlow is with me, and we do have breaking news. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson delivering a strong warning in Asia. America's top diplomat says the U.S. is prepared to take military action against North Korea if they continue to escalate their nuclear program.
And this is all coming as the Trump White House is distracted by the president's unproven wiretapping claims and battling resistance to his budget plan and to the Republican health care plan, which now may not have enough Republican votes to make it through the House. A lot going on this day 57 of the Trump presidency. Let's begin this hour with our Alexandra Field. She is live in Seoul, South Korea, with the breaking details on what the Secretary of State said.
Well, look, Poppy, it is no secret that North Korea has rapidly accelerated their missile and nuclear development program. The Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, went to the North Korean border, the demilitarized zone, that very heavily fortified border, just this afternoon here in South Korea. And he returned to Seoul just a short while ago, saying that the security threats posed by North Korea are no longer just a regional concern. They are a top security concern for the U.S. He says that old approaches have not worked. 20 years of approaches have not worked. It is time for a new policy toward North Korea, and he would not exclude the possibility of a military option being on the table. He says that if North Korea threatens U.S. or South Korean forces here on the peninsula, that there could be a military option. He also said that if they continue to accelerate their nuclear and missile program to an extent that could threaten South Korea, that the military option would also be on the table. However, he did say that other steps would be taken first. Listen to this.
The policy of strategic patience has ended. We're exploring a new range of diplomatic, security, and economic measures. All options are on the table.
From here, Secretary Tillerson will go on to Beijing, where he will be calling for China and other countries to fully enforce all sanctions against North Korea as one means of trying to ratchet down the threat that continues to be raised by North Korea. U.S. intelligence officials have seen signs that they believe indicate that North Korea is preparing for more missile tests and possibly another nuclear test. Poppy?
The U.S. needs China to play ball on those sanctions to have any sort of real effect and teeth. Thank you, Alexander Field, live for us in Seoul. The North Korean news, this is all coming as the White House continues to angrily defend the president's unproven wiretapping claims.
The U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson says that America's policy of strategic patience with North Korea has ended, and he's warned that all options to deal with the threat posed by its nuclear and ballistic missiles programs are on the table. Mr. Tillerson was speaking in Seoul after paying a visit to the demilitarized zone between the two Koreas to experience for himself the ongoing tensions. He travelled to the so-called truce village of Panmunjom, where troops confront each other just 50 kilometres from Seoul. Mr. Tillerson and his South Korean counterpart then addressed a joint news conference.
Let me be very clear. The policy of strategic patience has ended. We're exploring a new range of diplomatic, security, and economic measures. All options are on the table. North Korea must understand that the only path to a secure, economically prosperous future is to abandon its development of nuclear weapons, ballistic missiles, and other weapons of mass destruction. We call on other regional powers and all nations to join us in demanding the North Korean government choose a better path and a different future for its people. The United States is committed to supporting the defense of our allies, and we will continue to develop a comprehensive set of capabilities to counter the growing North Korean ballistic missile threat. That's why the United States and the Republic of Korea decided to take the defensive measure of deploying THAAD missile defense system. While we acknowledge China's opposition, its economic retaliation against South Korea is inappropriate and troubling. We ask China to refrain from such action. Instead, we urge China to address the threat that makes THAAD necessary, that being the escalating threat from North Korea.
The U.S. Secretary of State there, Rex Tillerson, speaking in Seoul.